So, viewers, have you ever had a child whose behavior is just difficult to manage? I'm talking mostly the preschool age group, maybe a little into the early school years, but especially those preschoolers. Maybe they're throwing tantrums, maybe they're having behavior issues that are just like out of control. Could be hitting, could be biting, could be anything. I've got the solution for you.
If you're struggling with tantrums and challenging behaviors, you're about to discover something amazing. Today, we're breaking down a pediatrician's 3-step method that transformed an out-of-control situation into peaceful parenting in just 1 month. And the best part? We get to see the actual results from a real mom who tried it. Let's dive into this game-changing approach.
Because you're going to get to hear from a parent what advice I gave and then how it worked out. Let's go take a look. Hello. We had a visit. How long ago was that?
It was middle of July,
so a month. So it's just been a month. And that particular visit, you were at your wit's end. Mm-hmm. We were having, I think, a lot of tantrums.
Yes.
Some
90 minutes to settle down.
Just everything was just out of control. She also was going to daycare?
Yes, part-time.
Part-time, and not really having a lot of trouble there.
Right.
That was a little aha for me, so I'm going to tell on myself. I had 3 biological sons. The oldest is behind the camera, and the next 2 fought like they were going to kill each other for years. I mean, one time they had broken cue sticks and they were going at each other's faces. I thought they were going to poke their eyes out. I thought, oh my Lord. So I'm working all day, coming home to cook for the family. We had a huge family. Some of you know my story. 9 or 10 kids. That's another video. But somehow they were always fighting. So the guy that's behind the camera, my oldest, comes to me and says, you know what, Dad? Did you realize they only fight when you're home?
This is such a powerful moment of self-awareness. As parents, we sometimes don't realize how our own energy and reactions can actually fuel challenging behaviors. It's not about blame, it's about discovering where we have the power to make positive changes. When we shift our approach, we often see our children in a whole new light.
Like, no way. No, that's not possible. Go ask everybody else, he told me. So I did, and guess what? Yep. What? I somehow was the catalyst of the issues. So anyway, we kind of had that aha moment, and I was like, okay, here's what you do. Doesn't matter what the challenge is. I'm going to tell you 3 things, and it works like every time. Number 1, if you're going to do timeout, it has to be isolation, and you do it as if you are a robot. Timeout's usually for something that's like, kid is out of control. There's no reasoning, there's no talking, they're just out of control. Isolation, timeout in a safe place, usually it's their room. And I'm like a robot, no emotion, I'm not angry, I'm just, oh honey, I guess until you can be quiet, here's your room. As soon as you can be quiet, you can come out and be with mommy. It's like, oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden, it's quiet. Oh, I'm so, not ready yet. And if you have to put a latch, just don't forget. But you could walk away. Don't forget. You could walk away, and then as soon as they're quiet though, oh, mommy loves it when we can be together. We're just so happy we can be together. And they are rewarded for, right? The silence, the good behavior, being together is what we want anyway. All right, that's number 1. Timeout has to be like a robot in isolation.
This is where most of us get it wrong. We pour our emotions into timeouts, turning them into power struggles instead of reset opportunities. Think of it this way. When we react emotionally, we're accidentally rewarding the behavior with attention. By staying neutral, we're teaching our children that calm behavior leads to connection. Exactly what they really want.
Number 2 is something I would call redirect. So, say my youngest son was about to poke his brother, and I see it coming. You know, parents, you'll see this. You've got siblings and they're about to do something. You just anticipate it and you go, oh my goodness, did you see all these cars over here in the window? wow, there's a red one, there's a white one, there's a gray one, there's so many cars. Now you can see whatever they were about to do. You want to see those cars? Let me see the cars. So you can tell that they've forgotten they were about to go whack Johnny or whatever, right? So always choose redirect versus waiting till they've done their deed and then you have to no or whatever.
This preventative approach is absolutely brilliant. Instead of constantly saying no or stop, we're getting ahead of challenging behaviors. It's like catching a glass before it falls rather than cleaning up the mess. And bonus, it keeps both parent and child in a positive headspace, making everyone's day smoother.
And then finally, I'm going to show you the third thing. So remember, isolation timeout with no energy or emotion. 2, redirect if possible rather than waiting for the event and then having to discipline. And the third is called a Kodak moment. Actually, it's a new era. You guys watching younger folks, you don't even know what Kodak is. We're gonna call this the Instagram moment. Okay? So, and what it is you're going to verbally with energy describe what you see. Oh my goodness, you got the nicest pink dress today. It's got white lines all across it. That is so cool. It's yellow though. Oh, it's yellow? Oh no, it's yellow. It's a yellow dress. I thought it was pink. Oh my goodness. Now, you know, we got some energy and we got some good happiness here without having to do anything. You just wear a dress. So you want to catch about 20 times a day. Takes about 5 to 10 seconds max.
This might be the most powerful tool in the whole method. By actively noticing and celebrating the good moments, we're literally rewiring our children's understanding of how to get attention. And here's the beautiful part. It takes just seconds but builds hours worth of positive behavior. It's like making deposits in your child's emotional bank account.
Oh my goodness, you got your blocks out. Or now notice, it's always a whoa, energy. Parents, you've got to put it up a notch or 2 or 3. 5, 10 seconds. And they love it. It's amazing. Now, you don't have to be poking to get that energy. My kids didn't have to fight to get me to pay attention, right? So those are your 3 tips. Oh, by the way, how did it work?
We have a different child. She's a different child.
Awesome.
I'm not worried about her around the baby anymore. She doesn't bite her big sister anymore, which has been a godsend.
Yeah.
She hasn't ruined any furniture, and which was a thing. And so she's a different child. And when after I left here and I told all my girlfriends, I was like, yeah, he said I was the problem. And we were all just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm all involved in everything else, but
that's risky to do, by the way. I could have lost a patient.
Yeah. But it was true.
Yeah.
It was
It wasn't you that was the problem. It was the approach.
It was my approach.
Yeah, because my approach didn't work for my kids either.
And I went home and I told my husband and we started changing things and it worked. It worked.
That's
cool.
And
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
What we're seeing here isn't just about stopping tantrums, it's about transforming the entire parent-child dynamic. These 3 steps, neutral timeouts, proactive redirection, and positive attention, work together to create an environment where both parents and children can thrive. It's proof that sometimes the simplest changes can have the most profound impact.
So
Thank
happy.
you so much.
This is great. So there you He's really happy. Daddy's happy. Everybody's happy. Awesome. So there you go, folks. It is simple, but you do have to do it, right?
Right.
You've got to follow through with those Instagram moments, if you will, and the redirecting, and then not getting sucked into timeouts where you're putting all your energy. That has to be just isolation robot, and you will have a whole different kid. You guys, thanks for watching. Try this out. If it works for you, give us some comments. Tell us some stories.
Our comments section is disabled.
Oh, our comments got disabled. That's right. They've done that because it's a pediatric channel and they don't want weird comments that might be harmful to kids. I get it. I totally understand it. Darn.
We miss you though. Yeah.
We miss interacting with you, but keep watching. Please share. This is going to be an important one for anybody that's trying to raise a young child. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Paul, and thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. All right.
If there's one thing to take away today, it's this. Your child's behavior can transform when you change your approach. Start with these 3 steps. Robot mode timeouts, redirect before reactions, and catch those Instagram-worthy moments. Hit subscribe for more practical parenting strategies that actually work. Drop a heart in the comments if you're committing to trying these 3 steps this week. We're in this together. Stay positive, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next video.